Today, I would like to take an opportunity to talk to Botswana about certain cyber, risks which are currently, prevalent and affecting a lot of people and their lives. I mean, it's an undeniable fact that we are living in a, technologically advanced, world where pretty much everything we do, the activities that we do on a daily basis, are dominated by the use of technology. I mean, there are a lot of advantages that come with it, a lot of efficiencies which come with it. However, there is, a downside in the form of, the security risk exposures which come with the use of this technology. Bridging the gap between people has also made it easy for, people's information to be exposed or to be easily accessible by people by any means, whether legal or illegal. And to start the conversation, I'll start with what is commonly known as business email compromise, which is, another form of phishing scam. However, it differs with the other traditional phishing scams in the form that this one is more targeted in the sense that the criminals know who they are targeting. So we find that criminals use, a variety of social engineering skills to, get as much information as possible about their targets, which is, why I would want to caution before I go further with the conversation, to caution people to be, quite vigilant and be aware of their surroundings. Who do they talk to? Who do they expose their information to? How do they dispose their information in the form of, bank statements, utility statements? Do they just throw them away in the dustbin without destroying them? So the business email compromise, like I'm saying, they will use variety of, social engineering skills to get information on the target. They then intercept communication between, businesses, between a business and its suppliers. And after, intercepting that communication, they will either issue instructions to divert payment, or they will issue instructions directly to the recipient of the email to say, instead of paying to this account now, I've changed banking details. You can now pay into a new bank account. So we have seen instances where customers will come and report to say, I made payment to a supplier in South Africa who is a non-supplier. I've been making payment to them, historically, and there's never been a problem. But this time around, they came back to me to say, I have not received payment. And when we investigate, we found that payment was diverted through this business email compromise. And in the process, criminals have taken advantage of this. They've, occupied the space. They're now contacting business people, informing them that, or rather, impersonating, people from reputable companies. I would, give examples of companies which are being used in the scams. And I must, give a disclaimer at this stage that these companies do not know that their companies are being used. Criminals use these names because the names are reputable and they're well known, and, they have a certain weight when you mention such names. I would mention Karoo Mines, Botswana Railways, Botswana, Kalmakau, if I'm not pronouncing it well, Karoo Mines, and so on and so forth, the water affairs, water utilities. So criminals, they call businesses under the pretext or under the false pretenses that they are representing these companies. Verify communication before you can actually act on it. When you receive an instruction to change bank details, make sure that you verify with a known contact from your supplier, and use a different channel when you are doing that. For example, if you received an instruction through an email, you already have contact numbers of people that you know from that supplier of yours. So make contact with those people using that different channel, and verify whether that communication is legitimate or not. So in that way, then you'll find that you'd, have exercised some due diligence to avert what would, otherwise have been hit on you.